Right, thank you very much for joining me today. So the focus of today's webinar is going to be about lead generation. It is a critically important area for majority of small business owners. And out of all the businesses I talk to, something like 99.9999999% of them all need more leads. So again, the webinar is going to be no more than 30 minutes of your time. I will be having a Q&A session at the end. If you've got any questions we're going through, please raise your hand and I will get to them as quick as I possibly can. So, get started. Who am I? So, this is me. I'm Richard Hunter Rice. I am 47 years old, hard to believe. I live just north of Birmingham in Great Barr, and my offices are in Wednesbury. So, I've pretty much lived in the Black Country in Birmingham for all of my life. I did a stint in central London and London many moons ago, but been back here. I've got 3 kids, blah, 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 all very exciting stuff. My business is called Minerva Growth Limited. So Minerva Growth, Minerva is the Roman goddess of strategy, trade, and wisdom. My business was launched September the 2nd, 2016. And quite simply, Minerva Growth, we work with business owners and help them do more. We increase leads, conversion rates, and most importantly, increase bottom line profit, which is the most important thing in the world for small business owners. I have got over 30 years worth of sales and marketing experience. It's actually 31 years now this year. I am a complete marketing and tech geek. I laugh about this. I don't see it as an offensive thing in the slightest. I've always had a passion for marketing and I've always loved technology since an early age. I love the way that technology empowers business owners and very, very small businesses, micro businesses to be global players. And I love how it means that technology means you can take on the big boys, these multi-million, billion-dollar operations and take them on as one man, one person sat in a bedroom somewhere and operating out there. So I love that. I've also got over 17 years of experience working in the IT sector. So yeah, I've always had a real passion around the marketing and technology. I am an author, so my book is Sales and Marketing Strategies to Double Your Profits Within 7 months or less. It's available on Amazon. If you're interested in the copy, drop us a message. I'm more than happy to share a free electronic copy with you. Not a problem with that at all for taking part today. I also am an associate contributor for the Six Figure Coaching magazine, which is a global coaching magazine. And I contribute on there on average, probably once a quarter. So I'm always looking for case studies and stories that I can use to get out there. You know, I have always flying the flag for British business coaches and passionate to take on our American counterparts, Australia, wherever they are, and, you know, fight them back in their corners. So yeah, that's a conversation that got raised towards the end of this webinar. So this is the picture, is the dream for the majority of business owners. This is imagine waking up this morning and the minute you open your doors, customers start flowing in and keep on coming and keep on coming. And soon your store is full, it's busy. No more customers can actually come in. And there's a long line of excited clients or customers waiting further and further, maybe a half mile down the street, around the corner from your store, all waiting eagerly to buy what we are selling. Unfortunately, this seems to be the reality for the majority of most business owners. The reality is it's single, one person sat in a boat, little fishing rod out there, and he's fishing. He's completely on his own. He's absolutely desperate out there looking for new clients or new fish. The chances are we're going to catch something at some point, but it may take a while. And also the fish that he catches may not be the one he's looking for as well. And this is the reality of most small business owners. Most small business owners, you know, I can tell you now, are skint. They have absolutely no money. And basically, it's a lack of sales. It's a lack of sales pipeline, means their revenues are low, which also the end result means they've got poor cash flow. Now, once a business is in poor cash flow, it's a really dangerous, really, really tricky time. And the reality is it will force the business owner to behave in a certain way. And usually these behaviors are not in the best interests of the business. So, you know, lack of cash, it can make the business owner for 98% of their waking hours. And the problem is you're focusing on all negative activity as well. All your energies are being consumed by lack of cash and how you're going to pay the next bills and pay the staff. Oh, and maybe I might pay myself this month as well. It's a really dangerous spiral to be on. So I'm always fighting for this and for the business owners in the corner. And basically, if a small business owner can have more leads coming in, improve their conversion rates, the revenue is going to go up, and it means you've got more cash in the business. So it's really, really important. So what I'm looking to achieve is for all small business owners to have a constant flow of new leads coming in. These leads are the loyal followers you're looking for. These are all the fans of your business, and they're prospects who are all want what we're selling rather than need what we're selling. So, a subject dear to my heart, GDPR. This is something else we've got to contend with as a business owner. If you've been living, I don't know, in a foreign country or under a rock for the last year and you've never heard of GDPR, to let you know that GDPR stands for the General Data Protection Regulation. So this is something else that we have to consider as small business owners. Basically, we're no longer allowed to just add people into your marketing list give them an opt-out. It's not an option anymore. We've got away with it for long and hard for a long time. And it's made business owners and marketers really, really lazy. You buy lists of people, you find business cards, you add everyone onto your list and give them the option to unsubscribe. This is not the case anymore. Now, my view on GDPR is very, very simple. It's a law that's there to protect us all. We're consumers at the end of the day, and it is there to protect the consumer. Now, simply, if you think of it this way and simply treat people as if you want to be treated yourself. If it's not right for you, then don't do it to your prospects. Don't do it to your clients. Make it very, very clear what you're going to be doing with the data and what you're not going to be doing with the data, and also what information you're holding on them and storing them and how you're storing it. And that's it, very, very simply. Obviously, I'm not going to go into any further detail on GDPR. If you have any questions, reach out to me and I can put you in contact with a few people who know a lot more about it than I do. But it's something to be aware of, but not something to be worried about. So I love this slide. This slide details the buyer's journey. The buyer's journey in a very, very simple manner is basically the steps that we all go through as consumers when making a buy and purchase. So we always start on the left-hand side and we start as a future buyer. Future buyers, we're right at the early stage of the buying journey. We're looking at the benefits of ownership. Why should I be buying? Perfect. We're now slightly more advanced. So we've jumped from our future buyers. We've now moved all the way across to our soon-to-buy buyers. That's an awful arrow. So now we're here. Soon-to-buy buyers are previous future buyers. We've gone through the whole benefits of ownership. Why should I buy? We're now looking at objections to ownership. Why shouldn't I be buying it? Then the most exciting one, the one that all marketers get really excited about, are our now buyers. Now, if you look here, I'll just choose a different color. The thing you have to think about is our now buyers are less than 1% of the market. They are a tiny fraction of our buyer's journey. And we all go on the buyer's journey cycle ourselves when we're making purchases. So if you look, we've gone from future buyers to soon to buy buyers. We've jumped all the way across here. So we'll do a better arrow this time. That's not too bad. And we're now buyers. Once you get to a now buyer stage, you're looking at vendor selection. You are looking at who should I be buying from. The reality is most businesses don't look or appear or interact in any different way to everyone else out there. So the problem is when they get to this stage here, vendor selection comes down to price, and it comes to who's the cheapest, which is always a race to the bottom. So that's our buyer's journey. And again, just get that into your mind. It's very, very important when you're doing your marketing, and especially to understand the cycle, the journey your buyers are going to be taking before they make a purchase from you. So, websites. We all get sold a dream about websites. Website's going to, spend £300 with me, £1,000 with me. Website's going to bring you in 1,000 leads a month, and all these great stories we hear time and time again. If there are any web developers on here this morning, I do apologize, but they've had it easy for a long, long time. And also, majority of web designers are not salespeople as well. And there's always a bit of a conflict between what the sales are looking to get out of the website and what web designers want to do. And at the end of the day, I've seen some horrific web designers out there who think they know the best for their clients, and they're not salespeople in any way at all. Now, I'm going to walk you through a couple of examples today and talk you through why they don't work. So, as I've already mentioned now, you're paying hundreds of pounds or hundreds of dollars to get your website created, and you're paying for hosting on a monthly basis and all this other good stuff and any upkeep of the website. Typically then, business owners are paying anything over £500 a month, might be £1,000, might be £2,000, £2,500 a month for your SEO as well. And this is all about having your website ranking on page 1 of Google. It ends up being a really expensive chunk of cash per month or per year for a business. And this is where I see businesses just wasting marketing money time and time again. The reality is majority of websites don't work, and these are the reasons why. If you think back to our previous slide around our buyer's journey, here, where this website here, it's a retirement, it's financial planning. So basically you can call, there's our free phone numbers. You can click here for a free consultation. I've got more phone numbers here, top right-hand side or bottom right-hand side. I've got a table. Fill in the table, ask us a question, request an appointment. If I am a now buyer, if I'm less than that 1% of the buyer's journey, then yeah, great, absolutely, I would take action. If I'm a future buyer or a soon-to-buy buyer, am I going to take those steps? Am I ready to be sold to? Absolutely not. The chances are, the world we're in today, the whole sales game has changed dramatically. The whole marketing game is changing dramatically. We don't want to be sold to anymore. Gone are the days of being sold to, and hard-pressed sales people out there are a dying breed, I'm glad to say. We are absolutely fearful of being sold to. How many times a day does your mobile or your cell phone ring on a daily basis and then you don't recognize the number or it's a withheld number? Do you answer it? I don't. I can tell you for a fact, I will probably get 15, 20, 25 calls a day with withheld number, or it's a number I don't recognize. If I've not scheduled time with that person to speak to, I will not pick up that phone. So what I'll do is I'll dodge it and it'll go through to voicemail. I would then go back and I'll recap and listen to the voicemail at a later stage. And if it's someone I'm expecting or someone I'm working with already, I'll make that call. Failing that, I probably won't ring them back. I might drop them an email or I might just delete it. So, we are all absolutely paranoid about being sold to these days. And this is why, not every business actually needs a website. I'm happy to have that conversation with businesses. It differs business by business. But, I will happily say that again, not every business needs a website. There's a lot of things you can do out there, a lot cheaper having a website. And, if you can have a website there, the reality is majority of websites are there just for credibility. And I get that completely. If you're a high ticket business and you're looking to do business with a new company, a new prospect out there, they're going to want to know there's some credibility out there. They're going to want to do a bit of research about you, a bit of their due diligence about you. So websites the value is, it talks about your credibility. I get that, and that's a really good use for them. But there are other ways of doing it again. But again, I'm not covering that in today's webinar. So next slide. Here are a couple of examples. These are cosmetic surgeons. Now, if you look at the websites are fairly static. Yes, they look a little bit different. The colors are different and their format, the layout, the templates are different. But if you look at them, they're doing exactly the same thing. Call us here, have a free breast consultation. Call us here, request your consultation. If I'm in the market for cosmetic surgery, obviously I'm not, a separate joke there for another time. But if I'm in the market for cosmetic surgery, typically I'm going to spend between £2,000 to £5,000, maybe £10,000, $10,000 at a time. It's a big lump of cash. It's going to be hard-earned money. I'm going to be thinking about this process all the way through. I'm going to want quite a lot of information. I've got to have loads of questions in my mind. Am I going to ring up and want to be sold to? Hell no, not in the slightest. So, questions I'll be thinking are, what's the operation involved? What are you going to do to me? What's the recovery period look like? How long is it going to take? And what are the risks involved? These are all pretty standard questions. I'm sure you'll be thinking the same as me. And there's going to be a whole raft of new questions you're looking for. Now, some of these cosmetic surgeons even offer things like virtual consultations. Now, is that going to give you any confidence? I don't know. It wouldn't for me. And I think there's something that could be a little bit sleazy you got to think about here is why would they go online for a consultation? And it may be, if you're a female looking for surgery, breast surgery, reduction, whatever else out there, are you going to really want an online consultation with someone you don't know? People buy from companies or people they trust. Is this going to help you build up any trust with that business? It's going to help a little bit maybe, but it's going to take a long step. So again, these are why these type of websites just don't work. Now, tactical marketing. The issue is that the majority of marketing that we see out there is stuck in the dark ages. It's tactical marketing, which has been going on for years and years and years. Typically 20, 30, 40 years ago, and businesses still just do the same thing. It's what they've always known. It's like an old pair of comfortable slippers for them. They've seen it, they've done it, they've always done it that way. They're never going to change. So all they're doing, in effect, is they are targeting our now buyers. Now, I've already mentioned to you today in bold writing, this is less than 1% of our now buyers. It's absolute crazy. Why would you want to discount our future buyers, our soon-to-buy buyers, and just go for your now buyers? You just wouldn't want to do it. So this is why tactical marketing just is a dying art, and it just doesn't work as well. If you want to get the real results and your real bang for your buck or bang for your pound of your marketing budget, it's all about strategic marketing. So that's what it's all about. You know, think about how the market's changed in the last 5 years alone. Forget 30 years. The market is completely different. Sales and marketing arena is changing faster now than it ever has done before. And you know what? This change rate is never going to change. It's going to get faster and faster and faster. So, the secrets of lead generation. Number one, know your audience. Know who you are targeting. Who are your ideal clients? Who are your ideal prospects? What do they look like? I've got one business I work with and I've worked with for a couple of years now, and basically they have drilled it down to so much detail that they know the ideal sex of their ideal client, they know the sex of their ideal client even, they know their age range, they know their marital status, they know their earning potential, they know the salary bracket they are in, they know the number of children they typically have, and they even know there's much detail as the ages of the children. Well, the minute you've got that much information about your target client, it puts you in an extremely powerful position that you can then go out there and start targeting them. You can then identify, you've built their persona, you know where these clients are going to be, you know where you're going to find these prospects, you know where you're going to be able to target them. It might be in Facebook groups, might be in Twitter hours, it might be, you know, all over the place. The minute you've got this information, you are suddenly, you know, go back to my fishing analogy at the beginning, that little guy fishing his little boat in the big ocean. Imagine if you put that boat, that guy fishing into a small pond, suddenly he's going to have a heck of a lot more success. And also automatically, when he starts catching fish, they're going to be the fish that he's looking for. It's not just, you know, random in this big ocean out there. He's going to have a heck of a lot more chance. Now, think about your ideal type of prospects are the people who want what you sell and not need what you sell. People, and we're all consumers, we buy what we want, we don't buy what we need. And I'll give you an example of that. It's a really strange saying. So if you think that people don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. An example is TVs. You know, do you actually need 5 TVs in your house? You know, typically now we're all going for the bigger and better smart TVs and flat screens. Do you actually need one? Well, there's the case of them saying that actually physically need one TV, but then, you know, one TV is probably enough for you, but people want more and more. Or examples are homes. You know, you could happily live in a £100,000 house in the UK, no problem at all, but then people still have aspirations for 1 or 2 or £5 million houses because that's what they want. It's not necessarily what they need, but that's what they want. So if you can get your target market and get them excited about your products and get them wanting what you sell as opposed to needing it, you're onto an absolute winner. So know the audience you're targeting. Once you know who your audience are and what your prospects look like, you can then understand what they're thinking. One of the projects and one of the goals I always work on with my clients fairly quickly is making them understand what their prospects are thinking before they even know, before the prospects even have that thought process themselves. If you can be one step ahead of them and understand what your prospects are going to be thinking and when they're going to be thinking it, it puts you in a ridiculously powerful position. So it is a really, really powerful way to go. So understanding who your prospects are and what they look like is extremely powerful. And I can't stress that. So there are going to be 2 thoughts in your prospect's head before they purchase from you. Number 1, there's a problem they have they don't want. And number 2, there is a result they are looking for and they've yet to find a solution. So 2 thoughts, there's a problem they have they don't want, there is a result they are looking for and have yet to find a solution. We are all consumers. We are all out there buying things on a regular basis. Think about it. Put yourself in the shoes of when you were in that last big purchase you made. There was a problem you had that you didn't want, and the result you were looking for and you were yet to find a solution. You then found that solution and you made that purchase. Great. So think about it when you put yourself in those shoes. So answer those 2 questions with your marketing message and you are onto an absolute winner. Now, the next secret I'm going to give you today is the conversion equation. We are, as human beings, the world is getting faster and faster. It's more fast paced. We've got more technology at our fingertips. Some of it's good and some of it's bad. And I'll tell you the reason why. Our attention spans are absolutely shocking. For years, we've always laughed and mocked at goldfish who have a 10-second memory. The reality is, the last survey I saw on this was in 2016, and it said that the average attention span for a human being was between 6 to 8 seconds. Now, that was 2 years ago. That's going to get worse and worse and worse. You know, I probably say that's probably down to about 5 seconds now. Think about a goldfish with a 10-second memory. Well, we're half as bad as that again. So, you know, you've got to fight to get people's attention these days. The average person picks up a mobile phone ridiculously, you know, so many multiple times per hour. In 2017 in the UK, 42% of adults thought they use a smartphone far too much. And again, they admit to touching their phone anything up to once every 10 seconds. It is ridiculous. If you're picking up your phone 6 times a minute, how the hell are we getting stuff done? How is the economy still going on? It's just absolutely crazy. So as you can tell, I get very, very passionate about productivity as well. Now, you're also being bombarded as consumers, as human beings. We're being bombarded by multiple marketing messages every single day, typically 3,000 messages a day. And again, that's going to be rising because those stats are a couple of years old as well. Now, factor in as well, if you have an average 1 hour shopping trip to your local supermarket, you are being exposed to over 10,000 marketing messages. 10,000 marketing messages in that hour. So the reality is you're being bombarded on a daily basis with different marketing messages. It makes us completely blind to them. So, you know, and tactical marketing is all about repeating the same advert again and again and again. It's repetition, it's boring, it's dull. TV. So we obviously have a few channels in the UK where you watch, and we have free TV because you're watching adverts in between. So ITV, Channel 3, I use an example. If you watch an hour, say half an hour of ITV programs, you'll typically be watching 3 advert breaks. So 1 at the beginning, 1 in the middle, 1 at the end. Advert breaks typically 2.5, 3 minutes at a time. 5 adverts, normally the average. You know, how many times have you sat there, gone through the whole advert break, and you can't actually remember what you've just seen? You can't. You see them time and time again. You pay no attention to it. And also, how many times do you actually not sort of watch TV live because you want to fast forward the adverts or skip them out or watch it on demand because you haven't got the adverts? And how, you know, it's frustrating when some of them do it, but we just want to fast forward. It's not watch the adverts. So you can get a half an hour program down to about 22 minutes, which is great in these busy, fast lives. So it's all about, you've got to be really, really powerful with your marketing message to get that message in front of people. Now, one other factor I'm going to give you as well, without making you too depressed about it, is consider it takes anything up to 120 touch points to get the message across or get your marketing message across to your prospects. So this is where the conversion equation is all the more powerful. So if I go through that now, number 1. So conversion equation is 4 steps, very, very simple. You want to make a note of these, I advise you to do so. Number 1, interrupt. I've explained the reasons, just, you know, ranting about why you need to interrupt, why you've got to catch people's attention. Number 2 is engage. You've caught their attention, now pulling them in. You're engaging with them, bring them into your conversation. Number 3 is educate. So educate, you've caught their attention, you brought them in, you're engaging with them, now you're going to educate them. Why are the reasons they should be dealing with you? You know, you've got a very limited opportunity now to educate them why you're the best possible business they should be dealing with. And they're going to be completely bonkers to be dealing with anyone else. And number 4, finally, is make your offer. Your offer has got to be so absolutely compelling. They are not going to go anywhere else. And if they do so, they're complete idiots. So interrupt, engage, educate, and make your offer. Simple as that. Now, if you use the conversion equation effectively, the secret is you can reduce your touch points down from 100, 120 down to somewhere between 5 and 12. So you can make your life so much easier. Get your marketing messaging right. Use your conversion equation and happy days, 5 to 12 touch points. But if he's still going to take you 5 to 12 touch points, it still amazes me. And I'll have conversations with businesses. Oh, marketing's not working for me. I'm spending money doing this. It's absolutely useless. I don't know why I bother. The reality is I send that one email. And if I haven't got, you know, 100 grand order on the back end of that, it just doesn't happen like that. You know, they put a Facebook post out. Oh, I haven't got business coming out. I haven't got leads coming back from it. It just doesn't happen like that. When was the last time you saw an advert? Don't get me wrong, if I was a now buyer and they saw me at specific right time, an absolute fluke of luck, I might make a purchase. But if I'm not, it's not going to work. So coming back to your buyer's journey, you've got more, 99% of people as future buyers, soon to buy buyers than you have as now buyers. You know, you've got to be touching them on multiple times, between 5 and 12 times, get your messaging really, really strong, and it'll work for you. So I'm showing you now a squeeze page. So squeeze pages are great. They are really, really cheap, quick, simple to set up, and a heck of a lot more effective than the majority of websites that I see out there. So think about it from here. A squeeze page is there for one reason and one reason only. The only thing it is there for is this. We want your data. So all I'm looking to collect your first name and your email address. So I'm not asking a phone number. I don't give a damn what your phone number is. I'm never going to ring you. Do you think that's going to work for you? So if you're in the market for cosmetic surgery, do you think that you're going to want an eye-opening report of candid answers about mummy makeover surgeries? What are the risks? What are the benefits? And will it look natural? Hell yeah. You're going to spend £10,000, $10,000 on a surgery. You got a simple low risk. You're looking for some information, looking to be educated. Of course you are. So Squeeze Page, as you notice, has no navigational buttons. You can't go back a page, forward a page. You've got two options. The Squeeze Page opens, you're directed to it. So we know who our prospect clients are looking, what they're looking like. We know where they're going to be. We may invest in a little bit of pay-per-click advertising. We may do some Facebook pay-per-click advertising. We know where these people are hanging out. We're going to catch their attention and drive them towards our Squeeze Page. You don't use SEO on a Squeeze Page. There's no point in doing it, and they can sit wherever you want them to be. Typically in the UK, a Squeeze Page may cost you anything from 80, 90, 100, 120 pounds. I'd say don't spend more than about 150 pounds. And again, do it yourself. I'm all for business owners not spending money where they don't need to. So if you can do it yourself, then do it yourself. Don't spend any money on it. And I'll show you that at the end of this session today. So number one, we've now got our conversion equation in place. So here's our interrupt. I want the body. Let's get a nice bold color. Boom, 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 boom. So here's our interrupt. I want the body I had before. I had kids. Here's our engage. Time to get rid of the problem areas of your hips, thighs, and tummy. And here's our educate. Very, very straightforward. There's our education piece. We are now educating you why we're the right sort of person, why you should be spending your money with me and what I'm betting all the other cosmetic surgeons out there. And then I've already shown you there's our offer. Our offer is very, very simple. It's a lead magnet you may have heard before. I'm giving you, give me your details, I'm giving you a report. So think about it. Every single person who gives you that information, are they going to be interested in plastic surgery in the future? Hell, 99.9% of them absolutely are. We're just going to get some people going to request information and do nothing with it. But you're suddenly got a whole bank of prospects to be talking to who are interested in what you're selling. So it puts you in a very, very powerful position. So, the last point I'll say to you as well is that you can be very, very different to the majority of small business owners out there. Typically, 8 out of 10 small business owners just don't follow up on their leads. Why would you put the effort in creating leads and not follow up on them? It's absolutely ridiculous. So be different and follow up on your leads. And you know what? Your marketing results will go through the roof. So it's not rocket science. Here's our cosmetic surgeon's free report. Candid answers about mummy makeover surgery. What are the risks? What are the benefits? Will it look natural? Is that something, if you're going to spend these £10,000, $10,000 you're going to be interested in? Of course you are. Absolutely. It's very low risk. You're not going to get sold to. You are going to take action. The minute you take action, you're now appearing on the cosmetic surgeon's marketing radar. Lo and behold, you subscribed into their database as well. So the GDPR is suddenly not a risk for you as well. So here's a couple of examples. This time looking at chiropractors. Websites look very, very samey. Obviously the formats are different, the templates are different, but it's all the call to action is the same. Schedule appointment, call us. Schedule appointment, call us. Same old, same old, same old. How do you know one is better than the other? You really don't. So the only way you're going to do it is by ringing them. Slightly different scenario. If I've had bad back in the past, I'm just touching wood now. It's been a few years since I've had any issues. If I woke up this morning with a bad back, I would automatically make myself a now buyer. I wouldn't give a damn the price. I'll be honest. I'll be like that. Look, can you see me now? The time is now 9 o'clock. I want to be seen and sorted by 10, 11 o'clock this morning. Get me in there. I'm going to jump that whole buyer's journey. But if I've got a reoccurring injury, I'm looking for some information. Are these sites going to satisfy me what I'm looking for? Probably not. Little information. They're talking about themselves. That's great. I actually don't really care. I want to know how you can fix me and how I can stop this pain coming through for the future. So next slide I'm going to show you is a squeeze page I developed for a chiropractor. So you can see here our 4 elements again. So let's get my little cursor back. So there is our interrupt, chronic pain eliminated forever. Very, very powerful 4 words there. Here's our engage. Revolutionary new scientific breakthrough has been clinically proven to provide immediate and permanent relief from all chronic pain. Is that going to catch your attention and want you hungry for more? Of course it is. Educate here, and here. So here is where we put a video. There was a very, very short video in here, which is always great to get people stuck onto the page for a few seconds longer and give them a bit more education. And very, very simply, this is our call to action, our free report and coupon. Now, as you can see here, this time we're giving you a revealing report, all the facts and clinical study results, as well as a 35% discount on your first purchase. So we're gonna educate them, and also we're giving them a real good call to action. There is 35% off your first purchase. It's giving them a decent sized discount, so it's going to have some impact. I've circled here the call to action button. The wording on it we use was "give it to me." It's always part of the fun of marketing is playing around with this type of stuff and seeing where you get results from. But if you look at and start looking at all marketing, what you get in touch with on a daily basis, your call to action button, the more positive you can make it, the better the results are going to be. So "give it to me" is going to work better than, click here for your free report. That's dull. It's never going to work. So something like "give it to me," I want the report. Play around with it. Make it really, really positive. Have some fun there. And this is where you'll see your different results you get and how positive those results will be. So next slide. Going back to our buyer's journey, we all know the reasons why and the 3 stages we go through. What it's all about is information. So it's educating your future buyers, your soon-to-buy buyers. So when they get to be a now buyer and that less than 1% of the market, their hard-earned money is in their pockets ready to be given to you, they automatically know you are the right vendor to be dealing with. They know the reasons why they should be dealing with you. And price is the least important factor there. We all fall into the trap of thinking that price is the most important factor, but the reality is consumers will pay twice the price if they believe they're getting 4 times the value. So twice the price, 4 times the value. Think about it. Price is not the most important thing. And by the time you get to a now buyer stage, you've made it so absolutely clearly important to them why they should be dealing with you and no one else. So there we are. Okay, so how do you get started? You can build squeeze pages, landing pages very, very cheaply. MailChimp won't cost you a penny. If you've got anything under 2,000 contacts, you can use MailChimp for completely free of charge. Now, a lot of people discount MailChimp because it's free. And that's, they see free, they see no value, but absolutely wrong. MailChimp has got so much value in it. It's how I started my businesses. I have a majority of my clients are using MailChimp, and it's a great starting platform. It's not even expensive when you get to 2,000 clients. It's well worth looking at. You can build squeeze pages. You can do your email marketing. You can use it as a simple CRM in there, all very, very cheaply because it's absolutely free and it's really, really easy. You can knock out the squeeze page. I've got clients who use it for squeeze pages, and they can build squeeze pages in less than 20 minutes, which is not a bad use of anyone's time. The first one's always going to be the hardest. It's going to take the longest. Once you've done one, it's easy to replicate it and keep tweaking it and getting it out there time and time again. Personally, I prefer products like GetResponse. I use ClickFunnels as well. These are paid for solutions. I think it's worth an investment. Pay nothing when you're starting off. As you get more advanced and your cash flow is getting better, start looking at some of the bigger and better solutions. I think from memory, GetResponse about $40 a month. I like it because it's an all-in-one solution, so it encompasses, I can build landing pages, I can do my email marketing from there, and I can do everything I want, CRM and everything else in there. I can do webinars and stuff like that as well, which I do use from time to time. ClickFunnels, again, you can build some amazing funnels and landing pages and whole sales funnels there, so it's worth looking at it. So there's lots you can do. The next webinar I'm doing later this month is going to be around email marketing. I should be covering that in a little bit further detail. The other tip I'm going to give you today is Canva. So canva.com, as you can see on the page, is a phenomenal tool. And again, it's completely free of charge to use. There is a paid for version, but I'll tell you why you probably don't need it. You can use Canva to produce your lead magnets. You can go and produce your PDFs, your A4 documents. You can use to produce social media content for your website, social media channels, everything you want. And it's amazing. The only reason you want the paid version of Canva, and again, when I say paid, I think for one use, it's about $12 a month. It is not really massively expensive, and the power of the tool is huge. Be creative. Look online. Look at what your competition are doing. Stalk your competition. So many small business owners just don't do that enough. Look at what your competition are doing. See what you like. See how you can improve it. Nick it. You nick their lead content, their lead magnets, and make it better. Make it your own and get it out there. And, you know, keep testing different results to see what you can do, personalize it, make it better, improve it. So MailChimp, Canva, great tools, free of charge, get you going. So Q&A very, very quickly. And then my final slide today is, or my last but one slide, I should say, is this one. And this is very dear to my heart, is action is a foundational key to all success. Good old Pablo Picasso said this many, many years ago, but it's all about doing something. Do something and you'll be positive. It'll be positive success. If you do nothing, business is never going to improve for you. Even if you produce a ropey squeeze page, chances are you're going to get some results out of it. Doing something is better than doing nothing. So action is a foundational key to all success. Finally, from me, next steps, if you want to know more about me, my business, there's my page, minervagrowth.co.uk. Have a click on there. Have a look, educate yourself, reach out, get in contact. Happy to have a conversation with anyone there and see how I can help you improve your sales or marketing strategy. And that's it for today. I hope you found this beneficial. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.